ever been to a wine tasting event on a cruise ship? Have you ever wanted to try different wines, but you just didn't know what kind of wine you may or may not like? Well, a wine tasting is a great place to start, and it can be a lot of fun. Come along with us while we go to the wine tasting on the Sky Princess. So we are at the wine tasting. The wine tasting was $12 a person, and we're going to have 5 wines to taste. They gave us a bottle of water, and there is a little cheese platter here on the plate. Little cheese plate on the table. Chet has one and I have one. And wine tastings are a way for passengers to learn about and sample different types of wines.
These events are typically hosted by the ship's sommelier or wine expert.
The cost of the wine tasting depends upon how many wines you're going to be tasting. We have been in wine tastings, had as little as 4 wines to taste or as many as 8.
The sommelier will introduce each type of wine and give the history of the types of grapes and spices that are in each wine. You will also learn which foods are to be paired with each of those wines.
It is amazing how the foods that are paired with the wines can actually change the taste of the wine in your mouth.
The first wine we tasted was Domaine Saint-Michel Brut Champagne.
This wine is from the state of Washington. The wine is fermented in the bottles as most champagnes are.
It's a crisp, dry taste with a hint of apple and citrus. This is a popular wine for toasting at special events and celebrations.
And it's often paired with cream cheese.
The second wine was Mer Soleil Reserve Chardonnay.
This wine is produced in California, and it is aged in French oak barrels, which gives it a hint of vanilla.
And is fermented with wild yeasts, often paired with seafood or poultry. We had it with brie, which is a cheese made from cow's milk.
As you can tell from our reaction, this was not one of our favorite wines.
Not good. The third wine was Calera Pinot Noir. From central coast of California, this area is known as its Pinot Noir. Flavors of red fruit and earth spices. It is considered a premium wine and is at the top of the wine critics list. It can be paired with most foods, and we had it with Gouda cheese.
I enjoyed this wine. Chet, on the other hand,
No, I don't like those earth tones. The fourth wine was Errázuriz Carmenere. This wine is known as one of the best wines from Chile. It is known for its full-bodied style and with its dark fruit, chocolate, and spices. And we had it with Havarti. We tasted a fifth wine, but it's a mystery wine because we drank the other 4 first and we didn't remember anything.
It's not that close, but
good.
you know, the
Save the
difference
best for last,
between
in my
ice
opinion.
wine and this one.
So to be honest, some wine tastings can be very long and unfortunately somewhat boring.
Yeah, they're not all like that. Some of them are great, fantastic wines, and some of them are not so good. But it's worth a try. It only cost us this particular time $12 each. So it was worth going for the experience.
Wine tasting involves the 5 S's.
It does. First one is see. You can actually see the more alcohol content by the legs.
And then swirl. This releases the aroma of the wine.
And then you want to sniff it. Just like that right there. And smell the aromas that come through.
And then you sip the wine. Wine should linger in your mouth so that you can taste all the fabulous flavors and textures.
Now we're not talking about that soup sip. No, we're talking about the, gentle little pinky out sip. The next thing you want to do is savor, right? Pay attention to the aftertaste and the overall impression of the wine.
And this is where the food pairing comes into play, because it is amazing how the food that you have with the wine can either enhance the flavor of the wine or destroy the flavor of the wine. The thing about wine tastings are, it is what you make of it. Chet made his own wine at our wine tasting.
I did. I had a red that tasted like and I had a white that tasted like ugh, but I put the two of them together and it tasted kind of like, not so bad.
So he became a rosé connoisseur.
My own sommelier, if you will.
So the next time you're on a cruise ship, why don't you just give the wine tasting a try?
Yeah, we recommend it. It's a lot of fun. It's just like another little shore excursion right there on the ship. And it's pretty cheap too.
At a wine tasting, you will not get full glasses of wine. After all, it's a wine tasting. You get a few ounces of wine of each wine selection for you to taste and enjoy.
But you're going to get enough that by the time you've drunk them all, you'll be like, this is good stuff, even if it wasn't.
If you've enjoyed this video, we would ask that you give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We would really love to have you as part of the Sea Lake Journey crew.
That's right. You don't want to miss out on any of these great, fascinating tips that we give you about cruising now, would you?
Don't forget to see our short on Chet tasting the wines.
Yeah, wait till you see what that is.
Until next time, we'll see you around the channel.
See you around the channel.